Asus ROG Strix Hero Edition GL503VM, less a hero than dependable sidekick. Asus calls this particular configuration of its 15.6-inch ROG Strix GL503 series the Hero Edition, because it's ostensibly optimized for your big arena battles, cleverest strategizing and hardest roles to play. It isn't really. It's just a middle-of-the-Strix ROG configuration, with an i7-7700HQ CPU and GTX 1060 graphics, and a different set of highlighted keycaps. But it's also a fine general-purpose gaming laptop with a couple of design aspects that stand out. Asus defines its hero differently in different regions, as well. It's a great example about how these optimized systems are optimized more for marketing than actual gamers. In the US, this ideal system for MOBA, Multiplayer Online Battle Arena, RDS and rebounds per game costs $1,600, and comes with 16GB RAM, a Core i7-7700HQ and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060. In the UK, I guess you don't need as much power for MOBA, because there the hero has a Core i5-7300HQ, 8GB and half the SSD. You can't find it in Asus online store, but its RRP per Amazon is £1,300. The same laptop without the hero moniker is £1,365 direct from Asus. There doesn't seem to be an analogous configuration to our hero, a version with 8GB RAM and a 128GB SSD plus 1TB hybrid HDD option goes for a little over £1,320 or a GTX 1070 model for £1,970. Australian MOBA fans don't seem to need GPU strength. The $2,000 hero model has an i7-7700HQ and 16GB RAM, but only a GTX 1050 and 128GB plus 1TB storage. On the other hand, the equivalent of our hero configuration is the $2,600 Strix Scar, Asus optimized for FPS model. To bring it all full circle, in the US, the only for top shooter Strix Scar, GL503VS, has a 144Hz display and a GTX 1070, which really is a nice FPS configuration. Price-wise, the ROG Strix GL503 series sits in the middle of the pack. The Dell gaming laptop in the same configuration costs only $1,350, £1,350, $1,850, but there are some more upscale competitors, like the Alienware 15 or Acer Predator 15, which offer the configuration for around $1,700, £1,400, $2,500. You can save about $500 if you drop to the GTX 1050 equipped model, which is okay if you don't yet care about VR and if the types of games you play don't benefit from the frame rate increase. However, if you have some leeway in your budget and expect the system to last you a few years, I'd recommend upping to the GTX 1070. With it, you'll get better than okay VR as well as notably better performance, and it'll give you better VR performance once VR starts to get higher rays. That means the Strix Scar Edition, GL503VS, for about $400 more. I like the keyboard a lot, both for playing and typing. The keys are the right size and where you expect them to be when you're on the move. At first the keystrokes felt a little dead-ended. Asus uses a technology to actuate the membrane keys earlier in the stroke than usual, which means you're pressing a little too hard during the non-resistant portion of the stroke. But once I got used to it, found it very comfortable and responsive, with no rollover issues. There's a slide-off panel on the bottom for quick memory upgrades as well. The core keys are double backlit. They have translucent sides so the backlight glows through, instead of WASD, which is the only noticeable way in which the hero is optimized for non-FPS over the other systems in the line. I don't find highlighted keys much help for gaming, but YMMV. The touchpad also has a more premium feel and sensitivity than usual for a gaming notebook, which makes a big difference for out-of-game navigating. But it doesn't have a backlight to go with the 4 keyboard lighting zones, nor could I find a num lock indicator anywhere, which is just silly. The display is pretty good for the price. It seems to be the same, or at least similar to, that of the Alienware 15 we tested, a TNWVA, wide viewing angle, panel, which manufacturers have taken to labeling as IPS level. It measures at about 94% sRGB. If the white point were lower, it probably would meet the 100% gamut coverage spec. It's the right size, but it's so cool. Color temperatures between 8,300K and 12,000K. The entire gamut is shifted.